Good afternoon. We're back. I have a lot of ideas today. Um, Not exactly sure where we're going, but I have pre-cut panels and cards. I haven't made cards in a while. I wanted to use some markers, but I also wanted to do some watercolor stuff. I wanted to make some cards for next month's design team stuff, and then make some cards for myself. And I forgot to shut off my notifications. Again. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to this. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, only the best. So, okay. I need to shut this off. And need to have this on. I'll do that. Okay. So I had some ideas for some of the stamps that I have. I really want to color this guy. I think he's adorable. My friend really wants me to use this one, so I'm going to come up with some things with that. I think a sloth sleeping is just ridiculously cute. This would be a nice thing to color. Good card, friendship card. Flowers are easy, and I have this and I haven't used it, and I thought it would be really cute as just a very clean and simple card. So yeah. And another one that I have but I've never used, here is a cheesy card just for you. That's what I was thinking of. It could be a birthday, I don't know. And then I have a layering card stamp, which actually looks really nice, that I thought I would, if I had time or if I was so inclined, use. So it's kind of like the order of how I'd want to do things. So first, I'm just going to get into another idea that I had. I have some background stamps and I have some watercolor panels printed, and what I'm going to do is these are going to be cards both for myself and for the design team. If I've cut 6, so yeah, one of each. And pick a background stamp, emboss it on here, and then add watercolor on top of it, and then add some kind of sentiment of sorts. I can use like one of the big ones that I have over here in my project folder. So some of these would be good. I probably should just get these dies, but I don't know. Anyway, so these on top of like a nice bright colorful watercolor background I thought would be nice. So that's somewhat the plan. That's about as planny as I got for today. Yeah, and that's it. And then I was thinking with this one to make a background out of some of these images and then make a couple of cards, because we all have, like, you know, geeks in our lives, and you know, I am actually one of them, so I thought this would be nice. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm going to start and pick out a couple. Those, we'll use those. And because this is watercolor paper, it's rougher, and I'm going to use my stamping tool for this. the big one because these are big. And then the watercolors I'm going to use are ones that that I got as like a design team thing. So I want to highlight those. And that's the plan. And as long as I just don't connect all of these magnets together, we'll be good. All right. So I will put this one down so I can have it a bit away. Keep that like that. I might actually put this one too so that I can keep it still. Nope, that's not going to work. All right. I am going to keep this one so I can set it up. And what I'm actually going to do is just add a little bit of tape to the back. And then this is my removable tape. So I just need a little bit. And I'll just tape them down. Like that. And then remove this. And then it should be, oh, all the magnets all the time. Because I'm not going to be able to put anything on this to prevent it from moving a magnet or anything. It'll block the background stamp. So this is just a nice little geometric one. Kind of line it up-ish. And I'm just going to do clear embossing so that the white, this will be like this, the color of the paper, and then put color around it. And that's my plan, and that's what I'm sticking with for now. So I just need to make sure that I get this really nice and inky. And I'm going to have to do it a couple of times because this paper is so rough. And it is Friday, so the weekend is here, which for me is like Monday, because then I have to work this weekend, and then I still have husband and kid to take care of. So yeah, you can barely see that, and you won't be able to probably, but I'm just going to do it a couple of times to make sure that I get all the nooks and crannies. And it's not probably going to be perfect because this paper is so rough. I should have used a thinner watercolor paper, but you know, hindsight is always 20/20. Okay. Maybe one more time. All right. I will take this off carefully, and then I will put embossing. Oh, I was like, where is it? Under everything else. Put some embossing powder on it and heat emboss it, and then it'll be like a resist for the watercolor in this cool shape. And this panel is a little bit bigger than I need so that I can trim it and maybe tape some of it down as I'm putting watercolor on it. No, no. Nope. Didn't get everything. There we go. These are just like microscopic kind of plastic beads that melt. And that's how you get the raised, shiny appearance. Oh, and I missed a little bit. Oh, that's all right. It has to be trimmed anyway, so put that one over there and then go on to the second one. And I'm going to do 2 cards in each of these like designs. One that I can pass over to the store and one that I can keep for myself. So be straight. Straightish. No, stop. Okay. So this was too short on this side. That's okay. I'm not going to adjust it now. So I'll just stamp this one 3 times like I did the last, so I can make sure that I get a good covering of ink. And this ink is embossing ink, so it's clear. Which is why you don't really see anything as I do this. I'm really trying to get as much ink down into the crevices as I can, so I'm trying to press pretty hard. There we go. And embossing powder. I actually should have used my little dusting thing because I can see some places where, I'm sorry I keep hitting the microphone, it's kind of close today, and but it's a little too late to adjust it without blowing your ears out. So I can see some places, and you may not be able to see this, but where there is embossing powder in between the lines. And I'm not going to go too perfectionist crazy right now, but I am going to take some away. There's going to be like a sentiment in this main area anyway, so it's not too vital. But there we go. A little bit of work for it didn't hurt anything, except now I just got embossing powder all over everything, or over my, there we go. Now it's on my floor. So let me get, well, I've run out of cloths. Okay. So, do I have water? Here's the question. I do. This is just a chamois that I cut up. It's actually like not a really good one, just a really cheap one. It's kind of the best I've found for cleaning stamps and taking ink off and all of that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm just trying to get off the extra ink that kind of overlapped from the stamp, and then clean off the stamp. Oh, I should have shut my alarm off for today. I think that's going to go off. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that without screwing up everything. Yes, turn off your upcoming alarm. Please do that. I can't reach it. Oh, I think I did it. Hooray. No. Why won't it go? Here we go. All right. I did it. Holy crap. I didn't even hang up on anyone. Although I did tilt it. So, see if I can fix that. There we go. A little bit better. All right. Back to cleaning. So I can heat those up and go to step 2. So these are just keep in envelopes, and they stick on the board that they came on. And there we go. Heat. That's right. Let me get these done. Okay. 2 down. I'm going to do the other ones, and then I'll add some color onto them and kind of make them stand out a bit more. So Who knew card making was so exciting? Thrilling even. You might have to restrain yourselves. Although I guess it's better than watching an accountant, right? This one I've not ever used before. So it still has its protective coat on the back. And see if I can get it lined up so it's straight. There we go. And I'm going to learn from my mistakes. This is going to be kind of weird though because this paper is so rough. So I don't know. But it just breaks up the background and gives it like a little bit of interest, symmetry, with like repeating patterns on the background. It's good stuff. My friend keeps telling me they have like a weighted thing that you can use to press down, and she keeps telling me I should get one. And it's only when I do this that I'm like, you know, maybe she's right. Maybe. I have two watercolor kits that I use for design team stuff. One of them is like really fluorescent, like really bright colors. And the other one is really nice colors, colorful, bright, but they're shimmery, so they add a lot. You can't like color with them the same way as you would like normal or professional watercolor. They're just more for like fun stuff like this. And that's why I thought I would try them out on the backgrounds here with something like this, because it gives a nice little boost of color, especially if you put something big and white over it. They help each other for contrast. All right. That's one. And I'm trying to hold it so that I don't rub off any of the ink or get like fingerprints in it. And I'm stuck to the tape on the back. Yeah. So just a cute little triangle pattern. Number 2. Dog hair. I cannot wait until my dog is done shedding. Oh, Bud Jesus. Oof. There's hair everywhere. I can't even tell you all the places that we're finding hair. It's making its own animals. And I brushed her the other day and took off enough to make it a really large size cat. So pet hair is weird. It's invasive. And also we'll be getting our roof done We need a new roof on the house, and that's happening next month. So there might be some times where you hear a lot of loud bangs. Or, you know, someone falling through my ceiling or something. That'll make for a good and surprising. Would be quite the jump scare if that happened. Which is not my thing. I'm not so much into the jump scares. I very much actually hate them. Ugh, okay. Was that 3? I feel like it was 3, but I'm not seeing a lot on the paper still. So I'll just keep going. Maybe I need to refill this. Do I have a refill for it? That's a good question. Okay, that's better-ish. I was trying to figure out what to plan, and I was like, oh, there's just so many things like I really have to do or should do. And now that that watercolor challenge is over, I can do those things. So then I was gonna do all of the things, and I was like, well, nobody is gonna have time for that. I certainly won't. So I'm just decided to go a little bit more chill. I'm going to watercolor these backgrounds and then stamp some other ones and color them up with copics and really just see how far we get. Nothing like, no big extensive images or full-size paintings or anything like that. Just get stuff done that I have been needing to get done. Come on, you can stick again. I believe in you. There we go. All right, and heat. I don't know how much detail you can see when I heat emboss on here, but it's kind of funny seeing like this flat shape just turn all shiny and raised. Oh, don't lose the card. All right, now last one. And this one will be easier because this is like just a regular stamp, but I have to clean off this crap here and then get the tape off. And I'm hoping that my little eraser will help me with that. Ish. This works really well on paper, but not so much on other surfaces. All right. So a little bit of cleaner. Much better. All right. So I'll put the insert in because now we're back to kind of a standard clear stamp. And there will be a discrepancy in size, but I'm just going to cut this down so that it fits. Let's see if I can keep that on. Oh. I put it on crooked, so hooray. All right. That's even enough. And hopefully, again, learn from my mistakes. But it's watercolor paper, and there's so many nooks and crannies that it's not really going to matter. I did not season the stamp, so that's okay. I need to do it more than one time anyway. I really should see if I have a refill for this. I probably do, because I tend to buy like the things that I use a lot. I tend to buy the refills. So when I need them, I already have them. And this one's really thin. I'm going to see if I have one. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Damn it. I do not. All right. I'm going to see how wet this one is. I do have a refill for this one. I have this ink on 3 ink that I have I love it. I use 3 of them. One for no line coloring, one for basic black, and then this embossing one. And I have the refills for the other 2. This is really sticky. Is this? I have the refills for the other two, but not for the embossing one. So I need to start a list. So when I head over to the store, all right, I'm going to call that done because that was like 5 times. We'll just, fingers crossed, I guess. Right? I am going to throw some refill on this one though. And this is so you don't have to buy the same thing over and over again. And then I'm going to take just a little piece of scrap watercolor paper because it's thicker and just smooth it in. Spread it out so it's even. I was actually thinking that today, instead of like being productive, that I could just clean my markers and have a just chatting and showing marker maintenance, but since nobody chats, you know, then you'd just be seeing cleaning markers the entire day. Oh, and I did not learn from my mistakes, and I forgot to put powder down. It's honestly a wonder people can consider me an adult sometimes. I mean, I have the age, but I don't really think I have many of the other attributes. All right. I can actually see something on that though, so fingers crossed. Let's clean this off. Put everything away. We'll probably use this again later, but not now. Right now we are all done. Okay. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I should really put some powder on first before I dry it. Oh, I went shopping earlier with my friend, and I'm just not into today. I don't know. This week has been kind of like weird and not really productive. I mean, I took a nap yesterday. Like, it's really off than normal. And I don't know why. I think I'm going to just blame allergies and say that's the problem. Because you can get like cloudy in the head, right, with allergies. I mean, I know it's happened before to me, so I was thinking I just might blame allergies and then can go on with my day with a ready-made excuse slash fact. All right. Done with that. Now I can heat it. Okay, and now maybe a little drink. All right. Put that away later. So I was thinking, I now have these 3 panels, and I'm going to take the tape off the back. That's what I'm going to do, because otherwise they're going to stick everywhere. It's another reason why I love that dot liner. It's incredible temporary tape. It comes off so easy. Okay. So I was going to do one, this one will be cut down, but I have this one, which is, get ready, very fluorescent. And I think I'm going to use this one on the triangles. And I'm just going to put some water on the back and just let the colors kind of play in dots somewhere. I haven't cleaned my watercolor jars, so these are quite yucky. But it's not really that important for this. And these are going to also bend because they're not going to be taped down, and there's going to be water all over them. So just going to get some water for these, just a little bit on all of them. I don't know what colors I'm using. Maybe everything. I don't know. Get those prepped. And then just wetting this down. And I think I've read a tip. I don't even know where I read it. But if you wet both sides of watercolor paper, then you don't get the bending and the modeling that happens. And I think I'm going to try it on this because I don't really have any way to kind of stick these down. So if the back is wet, then it'll stick on its own. And it's a card front, or yeah, it's a card panel, so it doesn't really matter as much. So let's see if it works, shall we? Would be nice to not have to use so much tape. All right. Just psychedelic, and I'll go in with water after. But I want to put colors that play well together. So I want blue like away from the oranges or reds or whatever color that is. And I want yellow near here, near blues. And pink. And you can see the triangles coming out. Should have thought about that. I have this green and I don't really have a lot of places for it where it won't turn into brown. I'm less worried about it. So now I'm just going to move the color around just a little bit to fill in some of these gaps. And where I create a mess, hopefully I can pick it up and can clear that a little bit. Just manage it a little bit. Just adding some more there so it can bleed. I think I'll add some more of the orange here, get some of that vibrancy back. Now, the only problem is that because it's embossed, I can't really, can't dry this. I think I'm gonna try so I can get it off my desk, but I can't. I'm gonna do it from a really far way away and just see if I can get some of the moisture off, so then I can move it and do the next one. That actually worked pretty well. I don't know if I would be daring enough to do it for a whole painting, but for a card panel, sure. This is still pretty moist. I didn't want to use the heat gun and kind of reheat up that embossing. because once it's dry, I'm going to come back and see if I can take some of this watercolor like off some of these triangles. And but it's quite inconsistent, and I like that, where some of these are like they didn't get any of the color, but they're white, and it's not everywhere. So I'm just going to, I don't know if I'll actually finish these today. I'm just going to put it to the side and let it dry and just keep doing the same thing. So I'm going to use another one for this, and I'm going to do the same thing. Who knew? I don't know if I could trust to do a whole painting, especially since I like to move my paintings around, like when I'm painting, to get a better angle or not put my hand in wet paint or whatever the reason. So, but for card stuff, sure, you can sign me up to this any day. Now it's not going to work, huh? Oh, just needed more water. Okay, and then this paint is not what I'm used to working with. All right. I think maybe, no, I was gonna say I should just go in and like massage the color, but then it does take away from the kind of like natural way that it moves, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Maybe I'll have smaller sections. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at all. I'm overthinking. Except yellow and purple. Not a good match. And that's what happens when you stop thinking. So I'm just going to scrape that away, and then it will eventually kind of bleed back into itself again, but it won't be as, hopefully, as ugly. And I'll put the other yellow here where it can merge with the orange without a problem. And then purple, put some blue. Blue and yellow make green, blue and purple make violet. I think we might skip pink today, or with this one. Orange and green don't really go well together. And I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And then dry it from afar. Okay. This one had more warping, but again, doesn't much matter. I think I'm done with this brighter than bright. I think I'm gonna switch to the sparkly. Still bright, but not as fluorescent and just prettier. I think with these circles, I'm gonna kind of make them more in like reds and yellows and things. And I think with this geometric kind of pattern, I'm going to put them in like the blue, green, black, just to switch them up and, you know, not that any color is technically gender based. Everyone thinks of, you know, blue being the boy color. And it doesn't matter that I don't think that. Although I'm sure there's in certain ways I do. But it doesn't matter that what I think about it. It's what other people think. You know, because they're going to buy the cards or make the cards or, you know, copy the design, whatever they do. Okay, I'm totally in love with this trick. Totally in love. Absolutely digging. All right, so we'll do red, purple, and yellow. So shimmery and pretty. Mm. Looks more gold actually than just like a yellow, but should mix okay. That'll be good. Maybe I should just, no, I'll do them one at a time. Things go wrong when I try and multitask too much. Didn't that one soften up nicely, huh? It's still quite damp, but that one really mixed together well. So I'm going to repeat that. Does anybody have any really exciting plans for the weekend? I will be at a market. My friend is coming with me for moral support and sanity, and, you know, a day in the city, because we'll be in one of the side, well, we'll be in Oslo, but in a certain section of Oslo that's known to be hip and has really good restaurants. So, and we'll be outside all day, and it's supposed to be really nice weather. So I think we'll have a good time. Okay. That's our plans for the weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday, so that's what we're doing. And then Saturday, she's coming home to stay up really late and watch Eurovision, which I will hear about all day Sunday. Stop! So yeah. That'll be fun. I'm going to learn more about Eurovision than I ever wanted to know. But that's okay. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get into it. I know that when I first moved here, I did watch Eurovision, and then I was like, oh no. Oh no. This is not for me. But then I watched the movie at her house, and the movie wasn't too bad, so I can watch the movie. I've seen it a number of times since. I have it on in the background, because if I'm not streaming, I usually have Netflix or some kind of like tutorial or class or something on in the background, so I can just have noise, white noise. I really need to, at some point, look into these like streaming services that give like safe music to have on in the background. I would really like that. As long as it wasn't like, I don't know, maybe no elevator music. I'm getting paint all over this and I don't want it to stay there. So, oh no, my super awesome heavy duty cleaner that cleans everything and takes everything off is not cutting it. Oh, rip. Now my mat is stained. I'll figure it out. But not quick enough for my liking, I can tell you that right now. All right, last two, and these will be more in darker colors. I really wonder how I'm going to get that out. Probably go away just with use, but I can try some baby wipes too. I wonder if the Eurovision songs are like DCMA, like protected. That's something I should find out. Does anybody else watch Eurovision? Come on, lay down flat. Why aren't you laying down flat? There we go. If I push you down flat, will you stay? All right. So, blue shimmer. No rhyme or reason for where things are going. Just, and I don't really have to worry about colors not matching or bleeding weird on this one. Because everything plays well in the pool together. This black seems like it's going to take over though. Go lighter on that. I'm just going to try and feather out the edges on this one a little bit so it doesn't become wholly black. But I think if I keep touching it, it's going to turn into a muddy mess. So I'm going to stop there. All right, definitely have to be a little bit more careful with that black. But it didn't come out too bad. It's really wet though, so I'm gonna let that dry as well. I'm running out of places to have things dry. Which you would say, what are you talking about? If you saw the size of my office. But flat surfaces to put stuff on to dry is hard to come by. All right, stick. Nope. I wonder if the amount of embossing on this one is making it more difficult, or if it's just really drying so quickly that it shouldn't really. It's not particularly hot out. I don't have the window open. The heat isn't on, but the door's closed, so nice paper. All right, that's about as much as I want to play with that. Blue. Green. Nope. Green. And black. I'll just take some clean water and move it around a little bit. I put far less on, I think, this time. So just want to blend it in. And that's done. All right. I have to say this is like my absolute least favorite thing about watercolor. I'm not the most patient person, and having to dry things and when I wait for them to dry is just it's torture for me. But they're done. They look good. I'm happy with them. So once they dry, oh, this one is kind of mostly dry actually. I don't know, because I did use the heat gun, if the color set into the embossing or not. But I should be able to come back in and on some of these that have, oh, nope, it's not going to play along. I think it's just because I was hoping to rub off the color that was on the embossing. And it looks like, because I used the heat gun on it, to kind of set the color in. But that's okay too. So with something like this on top of it, and maybe like I could do like a panel as well of vellum that's kind of see-through, and then have this raised. That'll make a nice card. But I'm not going to do these now because I'm done with watercolor. And I'm crying. I don't know how I'm going to get this off. Ugh. All right. Brushes away. Watercolor is done. Now I want to get to some fun stuff. And some coloring. So first I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to do this in a couple of steps. And I'm going to pick some neutral colors, or things that would be considered kind of neutral-ish, like yellows and orange, etc. Yeah. Kind of like an orange and kind of like a deeper yellow. And I'm just going to make a background probably with this one. So I'll take one of the panels and I'm just going to sporadically stamp them. And then I'll use probably this and this, maybe that. Stamp them out, and I don't really have a plan per se. So I'm just going to see what happens. Season my stamp so the ink sticks well to it. And that just means that there's like a coating, and the more you rough it up in the first time you use it, the better off you get most of that coating off. So, and because this is a background, I'm not really worried about like mixing colors, cleaning things off like perfectly. Just going to randomly and off center put some on, and then something will be over it. Not really sure what that is yet, but and I'll come in and get some of these edges. So it looks like a full wallpaper. like that. Let me do 2 of these as well. One for me, one for her. And I'm just gonna kind of try and follow-ish what I did before. Ish. Yeah, that's good. So these will be the backgrounds, and then I'm going to take some of these other stamps, and I think I'm just going to put them on. Actually, I think I want thicker paper. So something like this. Oh, I didn't season the stamp. This may go poorly, but see if I can get it. Yeah. And this is why you season stamps. All right. Try again. No. This may not work at all. And it's been seasoned. I don't understand now. No. All right. So now we're going to just switch and put it in the stamping tool so I can stamp multiple times and get a good image. That's exactly why this tool exists. So bonus. Doesn't have to be straight on this because I'm going to cut it out. But really trying to rough it up. I'm starting to wonder if this stamp is kind of defective. Because that's not what they're supposed to look like. Yeah, that is really not supposed to be like that. And now it's yucky. Alrighty then. I'm just going to place it here. A little bit better. Shouldn't be this hard though. What in what? I don't want to press down too hard because then I might get some of those places where I don't want it, like it's already happened. But well, that's going to have to be good enough. Note to self. I do not like this particular stamp. It does seem like even just by putting ink on it, like I'm not getting in that area. So there might be a difference in the size of the stamp, like the thickness of the stamp. Which can happen. Manufacturing things do exist, problems, you know. Can't say I'm thrilled though. Because I would like it much sharper than that, but I don't really have a choice if I want to use the stamp. It just is what it is. Not a fan. Not as big a fan. So now I'm going to do the loading. And I'm just going to do this one by... I don't trust this one. So I'll use this tool as well. What color? Bright green. Like a, yeah. Like a lime green. Sorry. I need to move everything so that I'm not hitting the microphone every time. I did try kind of boosting my voice a bit so it wouldn't have to be so close, but did not seem to work. So that's that one. And then that's the other good one. So hide the dirty, get a new clean place, and some cleaner. I have so much tape now. Oh, that I'm having trouble opening my drawers. Also, not a fan. But it's a problem of my own making, so very few people I can complain to. Like that. Oh. Sorry about my head. I should have thought about that. Okay. Done and done with that. I might actually try and just stamp a couple of the glasses as well. So I can cut them out. Maybe use them, maybe not. I don't know. It's good to have options. What color? I think just black. Please work out. Please don't be like the monitor. Hooray. And I'm just gonna slide this down a little bit. Again, doesn't matter if it's crooked because I'm gonna cut them out. That's how it's supposed to go. That right there is how it's supposed to work all the time. So that other stamp just might be defective. And they go up here. All done with you. All right. Now you get to see something that's called fussy cutting. And let me tell you, we're getting into some really exciting content now. Sitting on the edge of your seat kind of content. Okay. I really wanted to put this on thick cardstock, and I don't know if you can tell how thick this is just by how it's cutting, but so that it would stand up on its own nicely. And this set probably has dies, but I very rarely buy dies because this is like cutting chain, like wrapping change for me. This is very lethargic, and I can be as perfectionist as I want or not. Actually, I need to get this extra out of the way so I can turn the way I want to. And I'm just giving a little border around. And I'm sorry if this looks really boring, but it's really relaxing for me. Not like spa day kind of relaxing, but the closest I'm going to get in this room, that's for sure. And it also doesn't matter if it's like 100% perfect or this is where close enough really is fine. And these are actually sewing scissors, but they're curved, which helps me with the paper when I turn corners and stuff. So I don't use these for sewing anymore. I have sewing scissors and then I have paper scissors, and these have become my favorite fussy cutting paper scissors. And you know you're old when you have favorite scissors. I really have to be in the mood though for this. If I have to do this and I'm not in the mood, it won't come out good. I'll make mistakes and second guess, and they'll come out uneven, all the bad things. So I try never to end on a corner, especially one that needs to be rounded. But because these scissors are rounded, I have to kind of, on these straight parts, go with very short cuts. Else the scissors will cut the paper curved. I also move both the scissors and the paper when I'm doing this. I know there's some people that are very much, you only move the paper, but, or you only move the scissors for the best control. But opinions like, what's that famous saying? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Just do what works for you. And this is what works for me. A little bit of both. And last one. Paper gets caught in the scissors, so that's why I'm cutting off these extra pieces when I need to. I wonder, is this like visual ASMR? Is there a thing? There's got to be a thing, right? There's a thing for everything now. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Sneezed. Okay. So now I think I want to have these on a panel because they kind of get maybe a little bit lost. So I want to cut a little panel that will not cover the background entirely, but give this something to sit on. Maybe go across this way. No, not the whole way. I'll go horizontal rectangle. And what color do I want? I think I want two nested, and one should be black, and then the other, maybe we could do this citron color or the mustard, one of those. What do you guys think? Which one? The green or the yellow? No ideas, no opinions. Green, yellow. These I think are actually going to be too big. I think I might have to find a smaller set. Yeah. Unless I do it long way. But then this one may or may not fit on there. So I need to find another die set. This one won't do what I wanted to. Be right there. Okay. So I think these will work better if this was the larger and then this one was the smaller, and they're both stitched, and I want the larger one to be the color, so I think I'm going to go with the mustard, and then this can be black, and maybe if I don't like that with this on top, then maybe I'll put a little white one in the center as well. So it'll be 3 stacked with the same colors. And I think that's a possibility. And let me just grab nope. So I'm going to try the white first, and then I need to make a yellow panel for this, so let me make this one yellow. I like to have a little bit of like continuity, you know. Not everything has to match, but when it can, probably should. And the camera is probably not going to be able to keep up with how fast I do this because I've had problems in the past. So I apologize if there's a lot of stuttering and whatever, but it'll be nice and quick. Do I want it that color? Maybe just a little bit deeper. Like that. Okay, I'm going to have so much to clean up when I'm done. And then I wanted to do this one, right? And move all the things. So I can put this down. My son was playing with it. So of course nothing is set up the way it was before. Okay. Really hope this works so I don't have to like redo everything. So that's that one. And this one is just going to be white. Dog hair everywhere. Dog hair. Oh, I hate the spring. Love the dog. Don't like the hair. Okay. And then the third one, what did I say was going to be black? I think so. Do I have any black here though? That's the question. Oh, geez. Sorry. Didn't mean to ring your bell there. Anyone have any questions, ideas, thoughts, opinions? Okay. Pop that out. Put these away. When I was looking for those, I was like, oh, don't I have these in this size? Don't I have this in this size? And I think I have so much stuff to put away from making cards. Usually what I do is just put everything in like one box until I can get it worked out, until I have the time, the inclination. So if I nest them like that, and then I may not need those. What are we thinking? I actually wish this was way smaller. And by way smaller, I mean less color showing around. But I don't want to get rid of the stitching. But I might do it on this one in the background. I don't know. I do not know. Let's see what it looks like vertical. No, I may not need these glasses. But vertical, I actually think I like better. All right, I'm going with it. I might. Here I am thinking again. What if I took a section of that and then had black behind that? I'm not sure what I don't like, but there's something that is not sitting well with me. I think this panel would be too small then. What is it I don't like? Is it just the yellow background? Would I like it better if it was just black and white? Nope. I think it's just the size of this. I think that's it. I think it's just too much. And I would like it much thinner. Which I can do, but then I lose the stitching. Or am I overthinking? Could also be overthinking. Maybe it's I don't like the green. There is absolutely nothing I'm doing about that right now. I really don't think we need the glasses. No, I don't want to use them. So, what if this was green? Would I like that better? No, I think I'm going to just trim it down. I'll lose the stitching, but I think I'll get exactly what I want then. Or at least something that makes me feel that I like it better, more, whatever. So let's try it. Don't have much to lose at this point. Actually, if I trim it, it doesn't really matter where it goes. So I think it's just too big, and I think if I cut it smaller, I'll be happier. But am I happier? What do you think? I think I am. I think I like that better. But still not thrilled. So what if I came in with a strip? What size is this now? 1.5. So what if I came in with like a 2-inch strip? Well, I think we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna just leave that there for a second so I can put this together and think about how much I like that. It's a struggle for me to remember that I don't actually have to like everything. That other people will like it regardless. Not everyone, but some people. Oh, again, doesn't matter because I'm trimming. Okay. Okay, that's it. I like that. There's just some fuzz on this paper. I just want to clear out. And I need to cut another 2-inch piece of this. And then let's start putting things together. So this I definitely want going vertically. So I'm going to eyeball the center. Trim off the rest. Now do I want to pop this up or pop this up? This one. So I need tape. My favorite foam tape in the whole world. My favorite scissors to cut said foam tape. If you ever want to know supplies, just ask. Let's line this up with my mat so I know it's straight there. And I think right there is good. And I think I'm going to pop this up too, actually. Foam tape. And again, this is why this is my favorite tape in existence for dimension. Because you can do ridiculously small things like that. And they don't fail. So yep. I think I've spent a lot of time on this. I feel like I've spent a lot of time on this card. All right, and now hope I cut this panel right so it just fits on a card. Sometimes I'm good, not all the time, often not, but sometimes I got it going on. Actually, it's not 100% centered, but nothing's going to change that now. And I was thinking it might actually be nice to have this thing here on the black as well, but I'm going to stop there so I don't overwork it. So then I just have to put this one together. Once you have a design down, it's so much easier to just kind of get it out and finished. It's really the designing part that takes all the time. It's also why handmade things are so expensive, because it's not just a matter of the 5 minutes it takes for me to do this. It was the hour plus, you know, and then the knowledge that on how to do the things. I'm sure some things kind of make them look like they're somewhat easy. But it's the years of experience and trying and failing that make it all look easy. All right. You only knew how many scissors and cutting, what are these even called? Paper cutters I have. Different quantities, different thicknesses, different benefits, different... If you don't do this for a living, I would recommend not getting into it. Because the materials alone... Okay. Not my favorite card, but it'll do. And it's done. So now I think I want to do some coloring now. I don't think I'm going to have much more time. I think that took longer than I was expecting, which they always do. So really, it's just a matter of what do I want to color. This one would actually be pretty sweet and easy. I'm not in the mood for flowers. I really like the cheesy card, but I don't want to do that now. That would be nice as well. Maybe actually, but it's not really that much coloring, and I kind of want to spend the rest of the time coloring. Screw it. I'm going to do these. They should go fairly quickly. So I'll do this layering stamp. We're going to use the Misty for that. And I will stamp these guys and then stamp the sentiments. I'm going to emboss the sentiments. And I obviously want to use this paintbrush guy, but I think the kitten is, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out which one. Let me do this one first. And what colors do I want? So, obviously green, maybe like a nice bright pink, and then a yellow could look nice. Or like a peach and a yellow. Actually not going to use distressing for that because I want a sharper stamp. But so pull out my little Misty and I need to get my color. Okay. Remember what I was talking about supplies? Yeah. So I don't want blues and purples. I'm looking for like a peachy kind of color. And I don't really have, I have like an idea in my head and I don't, these are just more orange. Although, no. No. I might have to stay with Distress. Let me see. Yeah, I was thinking more like a dried marigold. But I think I'll use an oxide and do a peach and a yellow. No. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, Sticks, how are you? I didn't expect to see you over here. Let me think. Um, So I need 2 flower colors for this one. Let me just pull these out. Put this away. All right. I'm actually thinking now that I might want to take this kind of fleshy color for these smaller flowers, but then if I do that, I need a brighter color for these. And what color would go well? Maybe a purple. Maybe a red. I'm really not sure. What kind of flowers do these look like? I mean, like a pansy? No. What has sharp pointy leaves? Um, nope, nope, nobody, nope. I have to restart my machine because it did some updates in the background and I absolutely do not want to do that. And now I have to go shut off all of my, you can't track me stuff. I'm trying to look at flowers online so that I can see what colors I want, see what goes well together. And a lavender and a peach goes well, actually. But then you lose the brightness. So then you would have to do more like a wilted violet. I think maybe I should just stay with like a classic red-ish. I just don't know if these flowers come in red. Maybe they could be blue. No. And I wish I could think of like the type of flower that it was. All right, now I've gone off the deep end. I am just going to stick with a beautiful bright purple. I'm going to use the Tattered Rose, and then I'm going to use probably a Bundled Sage for the leaves. And I'm sticking to it. All right. Wilted Violet. Ow. Okay. And then I'll do the bow. Also in the purple. Always purple. Purple all the things, all the time. Don't you just love how I make decisions? Okay. So let's get this started. And I'm going to do two. I'll do two of these. And I'm going to start with this light, because it has like a good framework, right? So I'll know where to put the leaves and where to put the other flowers, instead of having to kind of fit everything around those flowers. So that's what I'll do, like that. And these stamps I've really used before, so. And I'm also using the oxide version of Distress, which comes out, no, I'm not doing purple there, oops, which comes out kind of chalky. So it gives a more solid stamp, and I can still keep the sharpness of it. So you stay still. And I just smudge my finger on it. So you turn it around because it's going to be glued down and no one will see it. And that's the start. So since I'm doing two, reload. That's that. And now I'm just gonna match everything up as best I can. I think I'm going to do leaves next, and you kind of have to figure out where they go, right? And fit them in where they, maybe I won't do the leaves next. Maybe I'll do these flowers next and fit these in and see where they go. Nope. Okay, what goes at the top? This one? Like that. Please look good. Please, please, please look good. Okay. I can handle purple in this tattered rose color. A bright and a muted. Yeah, I could do that. That's good. So put this card back exactly where it was. And then it fits perfectly. Minus the dog hair. So if you ever are going to get into this hobby, definitely get one of these. Oh, I can keep this here because now we're going to do the leaves. This thing is worth your weight in gold. All right, leaves. There's a big spot there. Doesn't look like I'm going to stamp over anything that way. So I'm going to go with the other muted green. Okay, leave that there. And move on to the leaves on the bottom. Like that. Does that look straight? Yeah. These kind of cards are actually my favorite. I have a couple of different layering stamps like this, orchids and roses, and really do enjoy making them. I think it's like the precision that you can get with them. Knowing that I can put this second piece of paper in there and it's just going to line up. And then the bow, which will go right there. Sorry about my head. And I'm going to do that in the purple. All right. That is all of the flower pieces. So now I just need to figure out what I want it to say. And then if I want it to be fancy. There's a lot of sentiments that come with it. And I'm not really sure that I like any of them, but something can go down here. And what do you think? Get well soon or thank you? Which one do you think will be better? I think get well soon. I could just use a different sentiment than I have in the past, but no. I think I'm just gonna stick with the ones that come with the set. And what do I want to do? Probably should make them a little fancy. So I think I'll emboss them in what? I'm going to go with my old standby, my platinum color, because I really like that. I think it makes things look elegant. I didn't season my stamp, but I have it in the tool, so I can just, and it's just embossing ink. So I can just stamp a couple of times. And then the other one. And for now, these are done this way. Let me clean this up. It's going to be hard to clean up today. There's stuff everywhere. Nope, nope. Okay. Random piece of paper from an old color chart. I also did not use my powder, but this type of paper goes a lot better than others. It's very smooth. It's made for coloring. And I got a little lucky. And there's a little bit of cleanup. I was luckier on the first one. And in between, because I'm crazy, nope, too much. Nobody can accuse me of not having attention to detail. Right? But I want them to look nice. And if I don't do that, I think they won't look nice. Okay. Emboss. And I think I'm going to frame these cards in a die. But I think I'll actually do that later. Once I get more room. So I won't attach them just yet. I'm going to die cut them so they have a fancy border around them. But again, later. So mostly done. And now I don't know which ones of these I want to use. Any suggestions? I think I want these horizontal. And I think I want hugs with the heart in one of the critters. And I'll put sending above it. Swak? What the hell does swak mean? Is that a word? I have to look this up. Swak? Swak. Oh. Okay. What sealed with a loving kiss. Oh, are you kidding me? Who knew? I never knew that. Sealed with a loving kiss. Okay. Well, I'm still not using it, even though now I understand it. But wow. Okay. I think Hugs is more kind of generic. And something along this line, these lines. And then which critter? We need a critter. How about the puppy? Everyone loves a puppy, right? And then the puppy will go right here. And where this ends, the puppy will go. Since I'm going to emboss this, though, I'm going to have to mask a piece of that because I'm going to want the edge of this to match. We're talking like some serious perfectionism right now, but that's what I want. And then I was thinking about the heart. Maybe I could move this up. No, these need to connect, right? But what if I did this? Nope. Because then it would be like hugs and kisses, right? Could I do it like that? No, I have to turn it vertically then. But do I have room to do all that? I still have room for these two. That's a little busier than I was looking for, to be honest. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to go back to horizontal where I was. Something like this. And I'll take the heart out too. And what are the words? I'm not using swap. Seriously, how long has that been around? I really think I'm starting to live under a rock. I think that's good. I think I'm going to go with that. So I'm just going to get it all set up. I'm going to stamp each of these separately because the critter will have masking. This is going to be embossed and this will be in black. So a little bit of stamping. In case you're wondering, with this top piece here, this is when like I have a banner and I'm going to put the sentiment on something and then attach the banner to the card. This gives me room to be able to have the banner straight and aligned and then the stamp on top of it so it doesn't hit the edge. pro tip for you. Although I really wouldn't call myself a pro. So let's go with this first. Let's set it up though so I know where everything is going. So this little guy is going to go here where that ends. And then this will just go above. Like that. Very clean and simple. So now, is that straight? That's the question. And it looks it. It's going to take the paper with it because it's never been used. So rough it up a bit. And what do I want for embossing? What color? What kind of gold? Should I stay with my platinum? Silver? Any recommendations? Thoughts, ideas? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. And I'll stamp this a couple of times because it's quite a solid stamp. I'm being careful that it doesn't pull up the paper. Now I don't care because I don't have to stamp it again, but I do have to stamp. No, that's the way the stamp is. Okay. There's a couple of breaks in them, and I mean, you'll see, I guess, when I emboss it. Still random pieces of paper, just different colors. And I already have it out, so it is my favorite. Except I didn't use my powder, so I'm an idiot. Someone remind me next time, please. You know, it doesn't matter how long I've been doing this, obviously. I need this to get the ones in here. I'm trying to blow them away as I clean. But I could save myself all of this work if I just remembered to use the powder. Okay. Get the next one in. little additional reinforcement. I had another, oh, yeah, right here. And that's a lot of powder. Don't need that much powder. Third time's the charm. Look at that. If I wasn't just an idiot before. That is much more manageable. Okay, and I need this powder later, so I'm not going to put it away yet. Clean that off. Put that one away. And then emboss. All right. Back in. And now we'll do the critter, right? But we're going to mark off a tiny little portion of the tip so it doesn't get stamped, so that I can use embossing on the tip of it so it kind of matches. So I need a sticky. Actually just need a little piece of a sticky. And this is a full-on sticky. So all of it, except for this tiny little border here, like a Post-it note, it just has a strip, and this has the whole thing. So I'm just going to walk off that tiny bit. And then he is going to be stamped in black. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. Remember to take off the sticky. And let's hope that just one time is enough. I would rather not try to have to line that up again. One time is enough. Hooray. So now I'm going to clean him really good. And I need some water. Because I don't want now I have to mask like the reverse way, right? I don't have to. Actually, I probably won't. I'm just going to somewhat control where I put this embossing powder. But I can't really see. So I am going to mask. So just going to take a piece and then right about there. Anything extra that gets embossed is fine, but I'm going to do it one more time. Because I can't actually see what I'm putting ink on. And I think some water from when I cleaned it got onto the stamp. So I'm going to see if that's really the case. Nope, I think that's embossing ink. So, no, the tangled webs we weave when we don't do what we say. All right, let's just see what happens, and then we'll take off whatever we don't need. All right, yeah, it was embossing ink, and it went all the way up here. So I'm just going to take that off. As much of it as I can. Okay, that's one, and I hit the mic again. I think I like have to start yelling so I don't have to have it so close to me, so I don't blow your ears out every single time I hit it. And again, and now I'm going to try to be a little bit more controlled. I'm going to use a different part of the sticky and mask that off and wait. Let's do the reverse, shall we? Let's stamp the guy first. So about there. Ish. Take you away. Clean. And try again. Was this the one that I did not use? I think I'm just going to lightly see if that helps. You stay down there. And you are the wrong color. You. And I think I'm just going to try this one once so I don't mess it up like I did before. Oh wow, we're going really late today, huh? All right. Try again. Much better. There's just a little bit that stuck to the black ink because it wasn't completely dry. So, but much better. All right. Clean. Put away. Ish. Emboss. And even if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be saying those things to myself. Two very different results. You may not be able to see. This one is way clearer. This one is kind of a clump. It'll still be fine, but it didn't have to be, so I'm a little disappointed in myself. Trash. Put away. Nope. Okay, let's put some of this stuff away. Make some room so that I can stamp, or at least get it off the desk for now. No more embossing. No more color things. Oh, no, but I still need this. And then sending. Nope, that moved, didn't it? Sorry about my head. Count the gray hairs. Yeah, no, that looks good. One time is good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Clean. Put away, put away. All right, all the critters are kind of really cute, but I like the dog. And done. Okay. So now, what color dog should we have? Something with color. Not obviously like a blue or green, but maybe like Irish setter kind of color, or something like in this range. This one is kind of speaking to me, but I need a lighter one to have a highlight for that, and I would want it more yellow. So, and I'd need something darker, which would just be one of these. YR27. That's more orangey. I guess I could just do the YR21 as the highlights in certain areas. It's a big difference though, so I'd have to really blend the two well. So E19, YR27, YR21. Knocking everything over. YR27 and YR21. And then after this, I'll probably die cut these with some kind of stitch around it and attach them to card bases, but I will do that later. just shadow. And here as well. I'm trying to put down enough dark so there is a decent amount to blend with both colors. Be a shadow here. Let's try that. I'm just trying to make sure that I blend out. This shadow color is pretty dark, so I have to go over it a couple of times with this marker. And everything that I'm leaving white now will be the highlight color. So cute little puppy. Like that. This color is a lot lighter than I was hoping for, actually. So I'm trying to really blend in these two colors. This medium color and this really light one. I'll blend in the this like line around so much that it can just stay light, except where it meets this medium color, then it will blend a bit. Voila, cute puppy. And I'll have to pick some colors for the brush, but oh, again, so sorry. So rinse and repeat because 2 cards. Shadow there. I don't think. Oh, that was one of those times I finished the sentence in my head. Sorry. I tell you what I was going to say, but I actually don't remember. Welcome to my world. I'm going to make this one a little bit thicker so there's something more to blend in. And arms. I think that's about it, right? Or did I come up at the top here? I don't think it did. I think I used that medium color for it. I often get lost in my own world when I'm coloring, and I'm not thinking about anything. So forgive the silence. Or tell me to shut up. One or the other. I think I had more of this medium brown in the face. So I think I'm going to go back with that color and add more before I try and blend it too much. That will give me a lot to overlap now and kind of get an in-between color, right? Like that. All right, and now I need a brown or something for, well, maybe I shouldn't use brown. What about a green? Maybe like a I want something neutral, but I don't want it to get lost. So let's look. No. Maybe some BV blue violet. 171301. That could work. Somewhat neutral-ish. Adds a little bit of color, but doesn't kind of take away from the rest of the image. And after this, I definitely have to go because my butt is falling asleep from sitting here consecutively for so long. All right, and then some grays, some cool grays. For this and this down here. It's not going to be too much, not too much coloring, just enough to add finish it off and add some, not sparkle, but I mean, it's a super tiny little piece, so why am I adding 3 colors? Because I'm insane. Oh, this one needs a new tip for sure. Maybe I should do a marker maintenance video. Maybe, but you'd have to chat. You'd have to kick in then. I couldn't do that by myself. There's like nothing to talk about. In there, the marker's clean. That's like it. So you'd have to help out. And do some chatting. All right. I think I'm going to call that a day. I'll do a stitch frame. What day is today? Friday. Probably tonight, so I can have them ready for tomorrow. And load them on some cards. And then we got a lot done though. A lot done. Then we have our backgrounds, which these will not, I won't finish these tonight. Just trying to straighten them out a little bit. And the black and blue ones. And they're really warped, so. So that's not too bad, right? It's a pretty decent day's work. I really do like how these came out, huh? And yeah, I do like these too. And I'll see if I can get some of the paint off of the embossed areas. But I think because I use the embossing gun to dry them, like, I think it's kind of set in there. But I'll give it a shot. I'll see what happens. There's like a thing too where I think I can iron the embossing off so it just leaves the white or the background. But in some of these areas, like oh, maybe they will come off. I can't scrape it. maybe not all of it, but I don't know. Anyway, ow, my butt hurts. Okay, that's it for today. Got a decent amount done, a little bit of everything. And I think going forward probably can have a little bit more variety. Some painting, some cards, some coloring, and just share between everything. My brain needs to share a bit, or else I get disinterested. So maybe we'll take some pencils out next time too, and do some small coloring. Nothing very large, but some small coloring with pencils, and see how it goes. But that's gonna be it for me, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, relax, do your shopping, but just have fun. And yeah, I'll see you back on Tuesday. Not sure what time, but I'll update the schedule. And that's it. Take care. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday.